In the studio right now, Joe Marino, Utica councilman, and this issue with this letter from Purcell to the city of Utica. They're really blaming Nano, the fall of Nano. That's why Purcell's not going to be able to follow through. Yeah. What do you say to that there, Joe Marino?
I just think it's unfair. I mean, that in particular, that part, let me start by saying that I do not, hold Purcell accountable for much of this, outside of the fact that they've used Nano as an excuse, because this has been going on since April of last year. This isn't anything new. The announcement for Nano was a few weeks ago. So,
so you're saying they missed they really missed their deadlines long before there was any Nano issue.
They missed a 60-day clossing window without an official response to the city. They missed a 90-day due diligence period without an official response, and that happened. The clock started in April, so it was well before that. But, look, I'm sure that they'd like to have accomplished it, and put these things up. The fact is that they lost their financing for, a number of reasons. Their market study was clearly tied to Nano, but when we asked them, could you accomplish this if a hospital doesn't come, if Nano doesn't come, they clearly said yes. Look, to be honest, and just to be up front, I didn't vote for this particular plan. I wasn't in favor of housing down there. I thought it was more suited for entertainment and sports.
The Rob Esch proposal.
The Rob Esch, the Authority proposal. And I'm still a believer in that.
Is that possible still?
Certainly, certainly.
Let me ask that again. I know it's possible. Is there any talk currently?
Yeah, well, what you have is the county executive talking about, expanding the boundaries of the authority, putting the Aud with the Stanley, with Rome Capitol Theater and things like that, and getting an entertainment authority together. So that land would really still fit nicely. But again, I haven't been beating the drum on this particular parcel of land. I've just been saying, as deadlines were missed, hey, deadlines are missed. Are we moving on it? Because, look, as I didn't vote for it, I told the Purcell group and Mark Purcell personally after the meeting, I didn't vote for you. It went through democratically. I can't wait to make this work as best as it could.
Sure.
Because I would never,
you don't want to stand in the way of
never would I do that. I mean, look, I voted no on things that I've helped succeed further down the road as it went. But in this particular case, would have been the same.
You consume the Stewart's milkshake.
I love the Stewart's milkshake, and it's kind of akin to it, right? Where I just wanted things done the right way in a way that I could. But once Stewart's, got into that council thing and the Autozone Overlay didn't go, the zoning board took it up and replaced them for to properly put it in there. I had no problem. I went to the zoning board. I spoke in favor of them.
What is going on over there with the signs all over the place? It's the same thing. This Autozone Overlay. Is that done now?
Well, it's over with in our capacity. Yeah, we see an auto overlay.
But there's still signs over there saying
they didn't take the signs down. Yeah, I know. But the Common Council voted to approve the auto overlay there.
What was that all about? What's supposed to go in there? Another auto dealership or an expansion of an auto?
There was. That
center?
Really wasn't. They are linked, but that's not the reason that the overlay was put in place over there.
Yeah.
What the planning department said from the city was, look, from Niamey's New Generation up into Derrydale, there was all auto-related businesses. A trucking company, you have Napoli's, the car dealership right next door, and then there was a new one going in. But that wasn't a precipice to this. What they were saying is this thing is autos related. So if you put an Autozone Overlay on there, what it does is it takes that grandfather status out of those existing businesses, and then it allows them to use that land for auto-related use after if they sell. If the Niamey's
was this a situation where somebody didn't want, the people who were opposing it didn't want another auto business in there?
It appered to be a competition-related obstruction.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, because the signs were big.
The signs were big,
and
but,
they were lit up too. They were lit up and everything.
That area is, that small area, and it is a pretty small area. It was perfect for auto-related use. So if Derrydale wanted to sell, or if someone wanted to sell, you wouldn't have to go back before the zoning board, go through all this red tape. You would be able to use that business as an auto-related business right away.
If Rob Esch's plan goes in, we're back over at Purcell now, near the auditorium. So this would be the area right there where the parking lots, right
next door to the parking lots,
and in that vicinity.
Right.
So what's going in at Audelicious, the former Audelicious?
Yeah, I haven't heard much.
Okay,
I've heard that it was sold. I'm not sure to who. And I'm not sure how it's going to be redeveloped at this point.
Okay. And that seems like it's going to be happening quite soon. And depending on what's going there, and maybe this Rob Esch, this county plan of a sports-type complex.
Yeah, along with the Tartan building, don't forget. I mean, that building's coming down, so there's a lot that can go over there.
So I want to get back to the letter. You provided me with a copy last night that I was able to read through. At the bottom, it talks about Purcell basically saying, remarket the property. And if another offer comes in, we would like 30 days to make a counteroffer, in which time we will build, construct, and start to go forward with it. Why then would they be able to do it if another business or investor
they're
makes the
asking
construction?
if they can do it, basically.
Right. Yeah, and that was basically granted yesterday at URA. I mean, see, my problem is this. Like I said, I don't have a problem with Purcell. I mean, wouldn't you ask, or wouldn't you not pay if someone was giving you land? They basically had 7 months of free, no-interest land holdings.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with that. But, it's a cute trick that the administration likes to pull to say that, here's Marino chomping against economic development again, or, here's the Common Council being obstructionist again, and we're the developer, administration. And we're the fact is, by letting this company, forget the name of them, but any company get away with this length of, graciousness, it's preventing other developers like Ash. And if it's not Ash, I'm sorry, the Audit Authority, if it's not them, it could be someone else. We are running out of land. Right, so we've sold a lot of URA properties. We've, given away a lot of buildings. We are running out of land. So, to say that we need to just strangle this Purcell company and beg them to stay is irresponsible, and it hurts the city. It doesn't hurt the Common Council. It doesn't hurt me personally. It hurts the city, and it hurts a district. I've passed a law promoting theme districts in the city. That area is prime with what the Commons have done for entertainment and sports.
I do find it interesting and almost somewhat pretentious that this Mark Purcell, in his letter, says, instead, understanding the political pressure that still remains relative to this site, MSP Realty respectfully requests that the Utica Urban Renewal Agency give consideration to remarketing the site. Almost as if they're saying, all right, well, listen, this is what I think the city should do.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that have been the city saying, okay, you should have been ahead of this, don't you think?
And that's
as
my
opposed
point.
to them telling you what you can do with
I know
the property?
we had to wait for them to ask us to do the right
That
thing.
seems odd to me.
Yeah, and that's been the problem.
Yeah.
When we have a company telling us to remarket, behold our developer status, I think that again, it puts a hold on things.
Yeah.
I mean, what gives anyone in the city the right to offer first right of refusal
Right, that's what it is.
to another company just simply because they've been involved with that particular parcel in the past? Imagine someone buying a house on Plant Street, like a $5,000 URA house. No big deal, just a piece of property there. Somebody else comes along. These people haven't closed in the right amount of time. But this lady, Jane Smith, who's buying a house on Plant Street, the mayor says, you know what? Look, this lady fell into some tough times. We're going to hold off. That never happens.
Right.
So I don't understand the difference here that, to offer first right of refusal in that regard.
It's basically, if someone else thinks they can do something great with it, and then we see the opportunity, maybe we'll come in and do that.
Right.
And I don't, like you said, I don't fault them, regardless of the name of the company
Absolutely
or who it is.
not.
I don't fault them for asking. I'm just surprised the city said, okay.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I got to tell you something. Keep an eye on this Nano situation. Yes, Nano was coming in, but we later learned, after this was all said and done, that we were only talking about 600-700 jobs. What was it? 700 jobs coming in from AMS over the course of how many years? Like 12 years or something like that.
Right.
So
large dollar amount, but the job placement isn't as massive.
Much slower than we thought.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, it won't take much to put someone else up there in Marcy to equal or exceed what the jobs that were actually really coming from AMS.
Yeah, and I think that you'll see
that could serve as an attraction, and who knows? It might end up exceeding what AMS was originally going to do. So, all right, Joe, interesting stuff.
Thanks, guys.
When are you announcing your run for mayor?
Well, I'm running for my council seat. I'll announce that officially live here.
Okay.
Right now, today
I'm
it's
just asking.
official. My
in there?
council seat in November.
Okay.
I've been honored to represent the East Utica District for 5.5 years now. I'll be looking forward to 2 more, hopefully, and they'll put me back there.
Good answer. Did you notice he flinched for a second when I?
Oh, you've asked him 45 times.
You got to be expecting.
It's cold in here. I shivered.
Yeah.